Restaurant in San Mateo.
All right, we're getting ready now to take a look at the starting lineup today for the San Francisco Bay Seals. Their last game, a 3-2 loss to Seattle. Overall, their record 10-16 here in 1998 as we take a look at the San Diego Flash starters today down on the field. And now Lisa May will sing our national anthem.
And bright star through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we walk, where so gallantly streaming, on the waters red glare, stubborn thirsting in air.
All right, Lisa May kicking us off in style. We'll be right back. Lisa May with the national anthem kicking us off in style. We'll be right back with the kickoff.
Mild injuries to joggers, such as a hamstring pull or strain, often begin to improve in minutes. If injuries continue to hurt and swelling increases, nature is telling you something is still wrong. Ice should be applied. Immobilize the area and seek professional help. Listen to your body.
This health moment brought to you by the doctors and hospitals of CHW, the Bay Area pioneer in sports medicine.
You've seen cooking shows.
We stir it and making sure.
But you haven't seen one this spicy. Local chef Joey Altman adds a whole new flavor to your remote control. See what to do and not to do in the kitchen. Guest chefs join in with their favorite recipes. Plus, uncover the hot spots to eat out when the cook in your house is overdone. Spice up your evening. Watch Bay Cafe tonight at 5:30 on Bay TV, your TV, cable channel 35.
I will never intentionally let my niece beat me in a race by 2 steps. I'll never pin the champ from another school in the league tournament. And that special slow dance will never be the same. I'll never spend the day with my best friend discussing life, love, and philosophy. Because after a couple of 40-ouncers and a road trip, my life will never be the same. I get to live with new memories. Never drink and drive. Check yourself.
Have you been to Coco's lately? We're famous for our fresh baked pies, starting with your favorite ingredients. All pies are only $5.99 through Labor Day. Yes, that's right, $5.99. And right now, buy a pie at Coco's and you'll receive a coupon for 1 free child's admission to the Renaissance Pleasure Fair. Or just drop by and pick up a coupon for $2 off adult admission to the fair. The Renaissance Pleasure Fair is every weekend through September 7th at Black Point, Novato, Marin County.
Welcome back. We're getting you set for the start of tonight's game now. We have the San Diego Flash wearing their black. They will start off with the ball here tonight. Their goalkeeper, Joe Cannon, as Alan mentioned, a very good goals against average, 3rd in the league. The last game we televised, San Francisco had to deal with Pat Onstad of Rochester, and they've got another one to deal with here tonight. Onstad #1 in the league, and Right now, Cannon at number 3. San Francisco in their red. And here are the starters. Kevin Rada will be in goal tonight. Brian Svibolo getting a start right off the bat here. Oscar Grisevic will not be in the starting lineup tonight, but we may see him in action before too long here tonight.
Well, if you look at Brian Sebapole, he's a player that came in and had a goal and assist in the Seals' victory over the Zodiac a couple weeks back here at Kezar. So he was a good addition for them, and hopefully he'll come and once again stabilize their attack.
Sebapole wearing number 12. Shot down toward the Seals goal. Kevin Rueda picks that up easily. Rueda, who came on here late in the season, has done a fairly good job in goal for San Francisco and their head coach Tom Simpson. San Diego changing coaches in about mid-season in July. Costas Skouras, who came on to take over this team for Ralph Wilhelms, and he's done a great job.
Yep, they're 10-1 under him, so they didn't miss a beat and actually picked up a little bit once he became in charge. Wilhelms becoming a first division coach in Hungary, and they also took Leif Vidito, an important player for the Flash in their early season success. So they didn't miss a beat, and definitely shows the strength and the depth of their coaching talent and in their team.
Antonio Robles, number 11, their leading scorer with 31 points, 14 goals. Had a goal and an assist against California in their win on Friday night. San Francisco with the ball, working it into the middle, trying to make things happen. This is Kim Tai Simpson, has it stripped away, back out it goes. Saw some bright flashes the last game we televised here for San Francisco in terms of ball movement and attack. They just were up against Rochester at that point in time, and a tough opponent anytime, but especially when you have a lot of new players in the lineup, and we saw 4 or 5 new ones on that evening.
You know, you did, but I really liked Salazar. He came in for about 45 minutes or so.
Here's Robles down into the box, taken away by Jeremy Utman. Nice defensive play right there. Dumped back inside. Rueda is there. Pretty good hit by Christian Escalera.
Salazar came back in, and he did a really good job. There was a nice combination work, a lot of midfield play, that possession that we didn't see for most of the season this year for the Seals. So it's really good that he came in. Hopefully today he'll be able to contribute a little bit more stability in that midfield. He scored a fantastic goal, a 50-yard strike. That's a bad giveaway right there.
And an opportunity here for San Diego. But the Seals do get back and kick it out. That's Ken Rogaski sending that one away. He's been a steady player this year. You see a few players that have really held on and been steady forces throughout the season for San Francisco, but most of the players here in the last couple of weeks are new to the squad. A shot with the left foot from the outside, nowhere near the goal, and trickling out will be a goal kick coming up for Kevin Rueda.
And the Seals' 3-2 loss to Seattle this past Friday night. Luis Orellana and Jorge Salazar were the goal scorers, and Salazar, like I was saying earlier, hit a 50-yard strike, caught the keeper a little bit off his line, and just drove a ball into the net, and you know, once-in-a-lifetime type of goal, and just a fantastic finish.
Joe Cannon throwing it back out, finding Jaime Monroe. Cannon, who played collegiately at Santa Clara. A number of players on the field today from Santa Clara University. Salazar in the middle now. Salazar looking deep, a little bit too deep this time. Clay Hardy in the area. Hardy, one of the new players on this squad as of the last couple of weeks. And we have our first whistle on the far side of the field. San Francisco with the ball now. This is Keith Ratzberg, their top draft pick this year out of the University of San Francisco. He's played a lot of different positions for Tom Simpson and done a great job wherever he's been asked to play and whatever role he's been asked to assume.
He's been their most versatile performer this year, playing a lot of different spots. He's given them a lot of different looks, and I believe he's the team leader in minutes played. So obviously he's come in and stepped in right away to an A-League team.
Jimmy Conrad on the far side of the field now for the San Diego Flash, sending it across. The Seals right there this time. Salazar had it behind him, didn't find the ball in time, and now it's Chris Davini keeping it alive for the Seals. This is Joel Hurd in the middle, over to Kim Tai Simpson. Kim Tai weaving his way through traffic, has it stripped away by Conrad. And San Diego will now take it the other way. We are scoreless, just underway here at Kezar Stadium. San Diego Flash at 18-6, looking to wrap up the division championship with a win here today. Nice run right down the middle by Eric Chison-Cram. Rada's there with the block. Jerome Watson had an opportunity. Watson a little bit upset with himself that time.
Well, that was a great chance. You know, he was in. He was on the doorstep, top of the penalty box, and what happened there was leg kind of looked off the defender and slotted right to him, and he wasn't prepared for it. And very ill-fated chance from the beginning, but lots of room in the midfield from the run. Still trying to get organized. You know, a lot of new faces in there, and it's going to take a while for them to get their shape.
That was Chris Davini with the header, and San Diego taking it away, going back on the attack now. Jeremy Ootman is there for the Seals, and he sends it the other way. Salazar in the middle of the field. He's an exciting player to watch. Salazar, who comes to the team after playing for the Blackhawks, which was the youth team organization under Tom Simpson a few years ago, playing first division for El Salvador until coming here to the Seals. And the question mark for Tom Simpson is, can he keep a player of that caliber around for next season?
Well, it's going to be real tough, as we alluded to all season long. Without the resources to keep and get those top flight players, it'll be tough.
The Seals with an opportunity. Ken Rogaski on the wing, trying to get it into the middle. Hardy was there, couldn't get much on it. However, back to Rogaski it goes into the corner. And we have a whistle. It's an offside call that goes against the Seals. Tough break right there, good opportunity.
Salazar, he played with Coach Tom Simpson younger, and then he was part of those great Blackhawk teams of the American Professional Soccer League in the late 80s, early 90s, teams that had current Clash players like Doyle, Eric Winalda, Troy Dyack, as they were one of the better teams actually in the whole North America region for a while there with their talent.
Going down hard, Joel Hurd, the whistle going against San Diego. Put it back in play quickly. It's Sabipale trying to make a run, and he sends it a little bit high and over the top. Cannon was there. Sabipale making his presence felt early on here. Throw-in coming now for San Diego. Let's talk a little bit about the relationship that the Seals have with the Clash. Got a couple players on loan here today, and how that all works in terms of the two franchises.
Well, this is really the first year that the Seals have had that relationship. Coach Tom Simpson and Coach Brian Quinn of the Clash have definitely come together and ironed out some kind of plan where there has been some players coming down, a couple rehab stints. Troy Dyack coming back from his cervical spine surgery, played a game, big victory for the Seals in Vancouver a couple weeks ago. And also Brian Sabipale and Oscar Davisovic have also come from the Clash. The only thing, it's been a one-way thing so far. It hasn't been any players coming up from the Seals that have gone to the Clash, and which is really surprising because really both teams have struggled. And with the pressure that the Clash have on them to have success and to make the playoffs, I thought maybe they would have looked at a couple players like Angelo Sablo to possibly come in and definitely help them out.
Jeremy Ootman taking it away on the far side now for San Francisco. This is Chris Davini trying to find some room. 35 minutes and 25 seconds to go now. Jorge Salazar finding Ratsburg on the wing. This is where he is dangerous. Ratsburg trying to work his way into the box. Nice defensive play by Escalera. He takes it away. Ratsburg might be a little bit shaken up, trying to stretch it. Possibly a cramp for him. Still trying to stretch it out. San Diego now back on the attack. It's Jerome Watson. Leaving it for Kevin Legg. Nice takeaway by Rogaski. And now Jeremy Ootman will try to bring it up for San Francisco. Into the middle of the field it goes. Kim Tai Simpson Simpson, who missed a lot of action this year with an injury. It's been kind of a tough year that way for San Francisco. Started off somewhat promising, but then some key injuries early in the season. They had a few rough spells where they could not buy goals, could not win some key games that they needed. It's an offside call that goes against the Seals again. The crowd not real happy with the call.
Well, there was a stretch. They started off well, 2 great victories. Then they kind of hit a stretch in the middle quarter of the season, and then they kind of caught fire toward the middle of the season. They won 5 or 6 games, and they were right back in the thick of things. A couple big victories in Vancouver. They were doing really well. Split on the road trip, playing Nashville and Cincinnati back-to-back, which is very tough to do. And they just fell apart after that. They never really got going, although they have played better as the season's gone along. I think their opponents well, and and they haven't made that transition. They don't have the talent they did last year, and it's been an uphill battle for them all year long.
Jorge Salazar now for San Francisco. San Francisco keeping things fairly even here in the early going against the Pacific Division's top team, San Diego. Kind of amazing. You look at San Diego in their first year of existence.
Nice ball.
Into the box it goes. Hardy looking for Salazar, and Salazar just misses it right in front of the goal. Tavini trying to take it back away. Kim Tai now working hard against Jaime Monroe. It looks like San Diego is going to escape further damage right here. Robles taking the ball, a push call that goes against him. San Francisco, by contrast with San Diego, it took them a long time to work their way into the A-League, and I think there was a real promise to this season coming off that absolutely Cinderella run last year, the incredible Open Cup success. And things just didn't turn out that way this year. The A-League, a very tough caliber of competition. And, of course, the fact that the Seals lost some of their top players to the MLS.
And really, that's what it is. She lost Marquise White, who scored a goal and had an assist last night against the Colorado Rapids, or for the Colorado Rapids against the San Jose Clash. You talk about C.J. Brown, who's been on the Soccer America Team of the Week for 6 weeks. And you also talk about Tim Weaver, who started 13 games before a broken leg set him out for the rest of the season. So they lost a lot, and they didn't replace it with enough.
Diabetes can lead to serious medical problems if it is not caught in time. Sequoia Hospital in Redwood City offers free diabetes screenings by appointment at the hospital's Diabetes Treatment Center. Don't take chances with your health. Call 650-367-5213 now. That's 650-367-5213. Into the box it goes. The header is in. Count it. Hardy with a beautiful slice off the head past Joe Cannon. And the Seals jump out to the 1-0 lead with 31:54 to go in the first half.
Well, he did a lot of good work here. Ratsburg played a nice ball over the top to Sebapola. He tracks it down right here. And Jimmy Conrad's D'ing him up. He just slips right past him, gets a little room. And there he is, Clay Hardy. Finished it. Nice finish right there to the far post. Cannon never had a chance on that one. Big, big, big goal right there for Clay Hardy.
Hardy, who started the season with the California Jaguars. That team, of course, having a lot of problems in terms of their organization. Went to the Central Coast Roadrunners. Now back in the A-League with the San Francisco Seals with a beautiful goal. Sivapole with the assist. Hardy, he's had a nice shot on goal. Now the assist. So you see that top caliber player coming from an MLS franchise on loan and making a big difference.
Well, he's a really good player. He's got lots of good fundamental skills. He lets the game come to him. He doesn't press too hard. And in talking to some of his new teammates about him, they said he's a lot of fun to play with. He's a guy that had a lot of energy, that was going to do a lot of work off the ball for it. And that was a great, classy finish right there. And Cannon never had a shot on it. Beat his defender to the spot and had enough skill on it to make it 1-0.
We haven't had a chance to talk about this lately, but the Seals, when they do score first, they have a lot of success. We've seen several shutouts pitched against them. This will not be the case as Rueda comes out, grabs it, quickly finds Salazar. The quick goal has to give a little confidence to the Seals. Kevin Legg trying to get it back inside. San Diego with a lot at stake today. They're trying to wrap up the division championships. You know they're not going to go away easy today, no doubt about it. In the box it goes. Rueda gets one hand on it, gets a little help from Rogowski. Watson with the follow-up, but couldn't send it on goal. Ken Rogowski with some big help to Kevin Rueda right there, who just got barely one hand on the ball, couldn't bring it in. Left it out in front for Watson. This sports telecast is intended for the private viewing of our cable television audience. Any reuse in part or in whole for any commercial purpose without the written permission of TCI of California, Bay TV, and the San Francisco Bay Seals is prohibited.
Well, this is a big game for the San Diego Flash, like we stated earlier. Not only can they wrap up the Pacific Division title, they can wrap up the regular season Western Conference Championship and a #1 seed coming into the playoffs here. So it's a big game. They want to do it here. They do have a game this Tuesday in Salinas against the Jaguars, so conceivably they can get it there. But I'm sure they'd like to do it here, get the victory, and set their sights on the goals of the postseason.
So 1-0 as we go into under 30 minutes in this first half. San Francisco on top. Ratsburg taken down from behind, no whistle. And now we do get a whistle. This is going to go against Salazar, and he gets a quick yellow card on the trip. Perhaps a retaliation move for what he thought happened to Ratsburg. Christian Escalera going down that time for San Diego.
That was a big goal. The San Diego Flash are 13-1 when scoring first, so obviously it's important to get at them early, just like the Rochester Rhinos. They're really tough when they get that lead. And the question hasn't been the attack for the Seals this year as much as it's been the whole thing about their defense and the mistakes that they've made, costly goals at the wrong times in games. Not that there's ever a great time to give up a goal, but goals late in halves, things like that have really, really killed them all year long.
Kim Tai Simpson sending it across, looking for Brian Sabipale. Settles back to Joe Cannon. 0.70 Cannon's goal against average, and already the Seals have been able to find the net. 15-6 while he's in goal this year.
Played really well, earned himself a call-up with the San Jose Clash for a couple weeks when their San Jose's backup Andy Kirk was with the under-23 national team on a tour in England, was up there, and he's done very well. Santa Clara product, always part of those strong defensive teams at Santa Clara. Classmates with Rodney Dumblau, who's also an integral part of those teams as well. So he's no stranger to posting shutouts and keeping teams off the board.
Nathan Hetherington that time making a little bit of a run. Escalero trying to dump it inside. Oopman's there finding Salazar. Salazar keeping it alive nicely, but it settles back at the feet of Christian Escalero. Escalero looking for help inside. Right there with Shawnee Simpson. Now it's Salazar. Far side it goes. Back defensively, Mauricio Alegre. 26:45 left in the first half. San Francisco with a 1-0 lead. And this San Diego team, really a team that's been on a roll on a road trip, which is tough to do in the A-League, and they have really done a great job on this current road trip.
Well, this is a very sound team. Obviously, they're a first-place team. They have the kind of caliber to come in. They do well at home. They do well on the road. That's only the second goal that they've given up against the Seals this year in 3 matches. There are 7 goals for, and now 2 goals against. So obviously they've come out and they feel like the matchup with the Seals definitely favors them. And now for the game, for the sake of the game, it really opens it up as now San Diego has the initiative now to have to go forward to at least get an equalizer.
That was just the 19th goal scored against San Diego this year. They've scored 46 of their own. Inside it goes, looking for an opportunity right here. The turn by Robles, but San Francisco back defensively. Shawnee Simpson trying to keep it out of the box, and he will. Simpson with a takeaway. He goes down, no whistle. San Diego with the ball now. In the middle it goes for leg. Escalero with Ratsburg right there. San Diego hanging on.
Doing a nice job possessing it until that pass right there by Hetherington. But good job here. Now 3-on-3 coming the other way.
Salazar trying to keep a breakaway going, and he does get a late whistle. Kind of looked back and said, come on, you called the yellow against me. Where's the call? And he did buy it.
He did good job there of selling it right there. And he's an experienced veteran player. He knows how to work the officials a little bit. And that was the case there where he embellished a little bit and definitely got him the referee to buy into it.
Free kick. Salazar going for it right here and sends it just a little bit wide. Wasn't sure if that was going to be given a direct kick, but apparently it was as Salazar tries to nail it from outside. It's after hitting one from a long ways out, the goal you talked about a little bit earlier, he's feeling confident from just about anywhere.
Well, definitely. When you're feeling good and everything's working real good, why not try it? And it was successful Friday night, so why not keep trying it?
Under 25 minutes to go now. In the first half of play, the San Diego Flash and the San Francisco Bay Seals. Legs sending it back to Allegre. San Francisco with the takeaway. Salazar has Hardy on the right. Doesn't get it there. It's Shawnee Simpson. And San Diego will take it away now. Robles, the leading scorer on this team, hasn't had an opportunity yet to try and nail one.
And that's a good point. Yet the defense has been pretty sound so far. Definitely, you always want to keep an eye on the team's leading goal scorer and point getter, and they've done a good job of accounting for him early on in this game.
Joel Hurd getting it over to Keith Ratzberg now. Ratzberg sending it long, and Hardy is offside. Tried to hold up just for a moment, couldn't do it. This is Jaime Monroe for San Diego. A-League playoffs coming up here in just a couple of weeks. Going to be real interesting to see who ends up on top. Seen some good teams. Rochester, the San Diego team, very solid.
Very much so. In Rochester, I would have to say, is probably the best team that we've seen all year long. Talk about a team that's composed, they're sound defensively, great goalkeeping, great on the attack.
Svibolo chasing it down, can't catch up with this one. Rochester, by far the best record in the league at 21-3. If you or someone you know suffers from prostate cancer, talking to others with the same condition can help. Sequoia Hospital in Redwood City offers a free ongoing prostate information forum on the first Tuesday of every month at 2 p.m. For information, call 650-482-6065.
That's
Long
a nice
pass
ball.
for Watson. Watson is there. Rogaski trying to keep him from getting off a shot. Trying to send it back. Nice job by Watson to find Chasen Cram. Inside it goes. Rueda right there. Chasen Cram with an opportunity. Cram mixing it up now with Salazar, and the call will go against Eric Cram out of UCLA. That's 4 points this year for the San Diego Flash.
Cram led the Bruins in assists 3 of his 4 years there, so he's a player that definitely can get forward and definitely play the ball and get it on people's feet and people's heads so they can do what they have to do to score goals.
And we have a whistle. Player down. It's Chris Davini, and we get a yellow card right here. This is going to go against San Diego.
Relax. The call was made.
It's going to go against Maurice Allegre.
Good job down there and getting that little conversation.
Inside it goes. Watson stopped by Rueda with
Great
one
save.
hand.
Great
Watson
save.
got enough on it, but Rueda was there.
Fantastic save right there, and that's what you need. You need your goalkeeper to come up with those saves, and when the team's been struggling as much as the Seals have, you need those kind of things. Here it is right here, ball played in. He was right on it. Wasn't marked too tightly right there. Rueda was at the near post and pushed it wide.
Watson looking for his 4th goal of the year for the San Diego Flash. With Carlos Frias out, he is their 2nd leading scorer. They need some other guys to kind of pick up the pace for them. Not just count on Robles. Into the box it goes. Escalero sending it up and over. Had Watson on the right, and I don't think he saw him. He tried to kind of loft it over Rueda.
Well, Nate Harrington has definitely stepped up here, and he's got a point streak now in 3 straight games, so he's definitely picked up the slack a little bit. But always when a player of Carlos Frias' technical ability and his ability to change and manipulate a game, it definitely hurts. But obviously this is a first-place team, and just like the Rochester Rhinos last week, this is a team with a lot of depth and a lot of poise, and they know their roles, and I think that's a big reason why they are in first place. That was a great save by Rueda right there, keeping him in it, keeping his team, giving his team a chance to win, and that's always important as a goalkeeper.
We're under 20 minutes now in this first half. It's Keith Ratzberg. Ratzberg to the right side. He's got Salazar there. Salazar working into the box, finding Ratzberg. Ratzberg trying to center it up. The Flash get back with 3 defenders that time and do a nice job of keeping it away. Jaime Monroe leading the way defensively right there for the San Diego Flash. San Diego. Out it goes on the near side. 19 minutes left in the first half. Throw-in coming now for Watson. Escalera will end up taking it now, finding Robles. Robles guarded closely right there by Chris Davini. So far, they've done a nice job on the leading score for San Diego. Nice movement right here for San Diego. Taken away by the Seals. Chris Davini into the middle to Salazar. Salazar crossing himself now.
Nice ball in there.
Joel Hurd chasing it down for San Francisco. And San Diego comes up and takes it away. That was Hetherington. Simpson with a steal. Watson right there, whoever, and he gets it back for the San Diego Flash. They trail by a goal, 1-0. San Francisco with a nice header from Clay Hardy taking the early lead. And that's all the scoring we've had so far in this first half of play.
San Diego plays very similar to Rochester, since that they want to possess it, keep the ball on the pitch, let the ball do the work. They do a really nice job of occupying space, keeping everyone in the right shape, and giving themselves nice big lanes to pass into just like that.
Robles can't quite control that one. He's disappointed with himself on that one. Had an opportunity to stop it in front, perhaps get off a shot. He really hasn't had one so far in this first half. Salazar pinning that one.
He's an exciting player. He's got a lot of flair. You know, the Seals haven't really had that in the midfield over the years. A guy that can be creative, that definitely uses individual skill to get himself out of some dodgy situations, and he's definitely a tremendous talent.
Hardy trying to send it back to someone. Nobody there this time. Allegre getting it across now. This is Legg looking for Watson.
Nice ball.
Watson is there in the box. He's got a teammate on the side, and he can't find him. It was Robles wide open in front, but Watson with the left foot, the pass a little bit high, and the Seals dodge a bullet.
Those are the kind of breakdowns that I was talking about earlier. He was clearly unmarked, and if that pass had been anywhere where it was, anywhere but where it was, that would have been a great opportunity for the Flash to equalize this game.
Robles at just 5'7", unable to get up for that one. San Francisco holding on to a 1-goal advantage here. 1-0 in this first half. It's Legg now trying to get it across for San Diego. Ratzberg slips and falls. Escalero.
Nice.
With Allegre. There's Watson now looking for Robles. Taken away. Seals come up with another nice defensive stand. Salazar now bringing it across.
So what the Flash have to be careful of is they're getting a lot of possession now, and there's a big gap in the middle of the field, and Salazar is picking up a lot of balls, either on clearances or the backs playing balls to him, right around the middle of the field, right in that hash mark area in the Seals defensive side of the field, and they're doing a great job of countering, and if they keep doing it, they might be able to spring to get loose for another one.
A late whistle that goes against Ratzberg. Escalera going down. 15 minutes left now in the first half. San Francisco up by 1. Shawnee Simpson with the steal. Brian Sabipole now on the far side. Has Hardy in the middle. Sabipule dribbling pass.
He's in.
Nzumbe. Oh, but it's taken away. Had to slow himself up just for a moment to let the ball catch up. And that gave San Diego a chance to recover.
That was a nice long run right there with the ball. Unfortunately, couldn't put it together in the end. His touch kind of let him down, but very exciting, very, very nice attacking.
Escalero into the middle. Watson going down. Utman also. The call goes against Watson.
Nice quick restart.
Seals put it in play quickly. Hardy out in front. Coming out is Cannon. Hardy all alone. He has to be blind him, and it's in. He slices it in. Hardy.
Fantastic right there. Cannon came out, misjudged it. Definitely a keeper area right there. And Clay, Johnny on the spot right there. Ball played in there. And he misplayed it. And with little angle right there. Sivapoli was there anyways. Just to give a little insurance, the Seals are up 2-0. Fantastic.
So Clay Hardy with his second goal of the afternoon. San Francisco 2. Wow, what a day so far for Clay Hardy, and we have a long way to go in this one. Well, San Diego looking to clinch the Pacific Division, and they've got a long way to come back now. Down by 2 here in the first half, and a little bit of emotion now starting to show for San Diego.
Well, this is a team, you're in first place, you're cruising along, and then you're playing a team out of the playoff picture to come in who's showed a little bit more initiative, a little bit more emotion, have come out and seized the game early on. Now they're trying to scramble and regroup, and we'll really see how good San Diego is, if they're a really legitimate A-League championship caliber team, if they can fight through this adversity, or if they're just not there yet, and see if they just pack it in and mail it in and hope to get clinch the titles next week against Salinas, in Salinas against the Jaguars.
Foul call going against San Diego. Salazar putting it back in play now. Davini trip from behind. Another quick call against San Diego. Robles picking up the call. Salazar trying to get it back in play quickly now.
Oh, he's through.
And he manages to wind his way through again. Salazar does not like to hesitate when he gets a chance to put the ball back in.
Well, the quick restart was what sprung. It was a foul on Watson in the back right here. Rogowski played a nice early ball in, and Hardy had snuck in behind the defense, and Cannon was coming out, and he was kind of in no man's land and decided to come and misplayed it, and Hardy with the gift, and he made sure that he told him how much he appreciated it by putting it in the back of the net.
Escalero with Ratsburg. This has been a good matchup so far today, both wearing number 21. Leg getting it to Robles. Robles over to the near side. This is Jamie Monroe, and it's out off Robles. Check it, that last touch to seal. So a throw in now for San Diego, down by 2. They desperately need to get something positive going here before the end of this first half. Jeremy Utman back on defense for San Francisco. Ball's still alive now. Hetherington trying to center it up, but Shawnee Simpson right there for the block. And a corner kick coming up now for the San Diego Flash. 11 minutes left in the first half.
Well, you'd be hard-pressed to find the last time the Seals had a 2-0 lead this early in a game. They've definitely come out and, you know, playing for pride. There's nothing else for them to play for. Have definitely come out. Last regular season home game here. Second to last game in the season as they finish off in Hershey next week. So great job by them coming out and definitely season. Let's see if they can finish it.
Hetherington after the corner kick mishits, and it will be a goal kick now for Wade and San Francisco. San Diego just a little bit off so far offensively, and seen several times some good opportunities and just mistakes on that offensive end, and can tell a little bit of frustration starting to set in as they trail by 2, and I think they were real excited about the opportunity to clinch things here today, perhaps a little bit too keyed up.
Well, talking to some of the Flash players before, they were really excited about this game. They're in the middle game of a 3-game road trip here, and they've been up here for a few days. I don't know if they came out. They look like they've come out a little flat, little luster lost off the shine, but this is a very good team. Anytime you have the kind of attacking players they have, you're never really out of it. And if you combine that with the fact that the Seals have had troubles defensively all year long, they're right still in this game, but 2-0 is definitely not what Coach Scoris envisioned.
Davini with the steal right there. Back up top to Leg, however, for San Diego. Salazar in the middle. Nice move. Gets it to Ratsburg. Ratsburg taken down from behind by Escalero. No whistle this time. Those two have really been mixing it up so far in this first half.
That's a good battle right there down that right flank, and both of them been playing real hard, not willing to give the other player any room at all.
Nadumbe sending it over to Jamie Monroe. Nadumbe from Cameroon. 9 minutes left in the first half now. San Francisco waiting for a ball to put in. They're not in a real big hurry right now with the 2-0 lead.
What the Seals can't do is get content with their lead and kind of stop attacking and kind of be content to defend, because it is tough to defend for large amounts of time. And what they have to do is still go out, be aggressive, look to counter, be a little bit more sound, and stay at home a little bit more defensively and try to counter.
A late call that time as Watson went down. Joel Hurd with the trip. Leg will put it back in place. San Francisco scrambling back defensively now. Leg with the left foot looking for Watson. It
Nice
ends
ball
up
there.
over on the wing to Hetherington. Hetherington moving back inside. Allegre with the shot that goes well over and out. 8 minutes left now in the first half. It's still 2-0 San Francisco. San Diego controlling the ball now, getting it to Watson. Back to the wing, Hetherington, and he cannot catch up. So far, we've seen San Diego with real nice movement, but their passing not really as crisp as they'd like it, and they have mishit 3 of their shots so far in this first half. Rueda did make a very nice save to his credit a little bit earlier.
Big save now when you look back on that, because at the time it was, I believe, 0-0. Come out, made a great save on a Jerome Watson shot at the near post, came over, and the Seals promptly pretty much went down a couple minutes later and scored. So real big save, and that's what I was talking about. Your keeper has to give you a chance to win games. Even though this game doesn't matter for anything more than pride, it's really good to see everyone still playing hard.
San Diego on a run. Watson has it taken away by Ratsburg from behind, however. Nice run by Ratsburg as he made up some room coming from behind on Watson to take it away. Monroe getting it to Escalera. Allegre trying to find some room, trying to dump it to Watson. Rueda gets back and sends it out on the near side. That'll allow the defense some time to get back.
Wasn't the best of balls played back right there from Kim Ty Simpson, but Rueda came out. He was alert, was focused on what was going on in front of him, and came out and cleared it away.
Kim Ty Simpson with the ball now for San Francisco. Under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Salazar looking for Davini. Davini working it up, tries a shot from well outside. Cannon right there with an easy save. He had Brian Svipole on the right wing, but I don't think he saw him that time. This is Keith Ratsburg now. Ratsburg getting it across. Back into the middle it goes. Nadumbe now for San Diego. Allegre, Rogaski with the handball. One of the things to look for, San Diego put on a real flurry here at the end of the half, and if they don't score at the end of this half, look for a very fired up Flash team to start that second half of play.
Well, the key is for the Seals not to give up a late goal. They gave up a late goal against the Rhinos. They almost went into the locker room, keeping them knotted up there.
Oh, Watson almost got to that one. Rueda came out. Watson with the volley, but he sent it too high. Watson has had a couple of nice opportunities here in the first half, and once again he's left holding his head in disappointment. We will get a chance to see it here on the replay.
Yep. Ball played in here. Jerome Watson, big physical player, just couldn't get the right part of his foot on it. It was a tough chance because Rueda was coming out, and I think he might have heard some footsteps and avoid the contact.
4:25 left now in the first half. Chivipole trying to get down the right side, working hard, gets into the middle to Salazar. Salazar there. The flash recover. The last thing San Diego can afford to have happen is to give up a third goal in this first half before answering.
Well, Salazar had been able to latch on that last touch he had. Clay Hardy was wide by himself all alone. He would have been able to just take a nice easy touch in and pretty much pick a corner because he was unmarked and all alone. Oh, nice ball here.
Long pass ahead. San Diego, Rueda's right there. Alegre with the shot. Robles with the follow-up. Rueda manages to hang on, and the shutout intact here with 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in the first half. Watson trying to dump it inside, but Utman is there. He sends it out on the near side. San Diego will hold on to the ball. The sun trying to peek through the fog now. We started off in pretty much overcast, foggy skies. Every once in a while, the sun peeking its way back through here at Kezar Stadium. This is Ratsburg now. Ratsburg trying to get it back into the middle. He's slipped. That gives Ndumbe time to recover for San Diego. As we go under 3 minutes left in the first half.
Rueda having a great game. 3 big saves thus far to keep his team in the lead, and very easily, if he doesn't make those saves, could be 3-2 very much easily in this game if you think about it.
Saw some frustration right there. Eric Cheisenkram missed the pass and ended up punching the marker that time. Chivipole coming from behind now. Call goes against San Diego, however, with 2:30 left here in this first half. Kim Tai Simpson looking to put it back in play right here. Great first half so far for the San Francisco Bay Seals. Clay Hardy with a goal, 31:54 to go, and then with another one, 14:07 to go in the first half. Salazar from long range, but he sends it just a bit high. Cannon letting it sail over his head and well over the cross. Salazar not shy about hitting it from just about anywhere on the field. 1:45 left now in the first half. And this is the point in time where the defense broke down a little bit against Rochester. They gave up a late goal. We'll see if they can keep the shutout intact and send San Francisco into the locker room with a 2-0 lead. Robles getting it out to Hetherington. Guarded there by Shawnee Simpson. Dumped into Watson. Watson leaving it back for Robles. Taken away by Utman. San Francisco able to clear it. Salazar can't get it. This time it's Ndumbe. Still alive now for San Diego. Escalero trying to work his way inside. Ratsburg will keep it in bounds. Nice job by Joel Hurd that time to take it away. Rogaski into the middle. Davini to Hardy. Hardy downfield. Under a minute left in the half. San Diego has Cannon comes out just ahead of Chivipole, trying to work it back down the field. Chivipole had an assist to Clay Hardy on that first goal. Cheisenkram working it into the middle. Simpson to Chivipole. 15 seconds left in the half now. Utman clearing it out, buying some time. It looks like San Francisco will hold on to this 2-0 lead at the half. Under 5 seconds now. San Diego with one last opportunity. Robles can't make it happen. Ratsburg looking for the whistle. The time expired on the clock here at Kezar. The officials say no.
It is official time?
Official time apparently being kept on the field right here. Tom Simpson asking a question about that. And now we do get a whistle. So San Diego buying a little bit of extra time right there at the end of the half. But San Francisco up 2-0 right now. And we're getting ready to send it down to the field. Alan Hopkins is standing by with Tom Simpson, the head coach for San Francisco. He has got to be pleased with the way his team has played here in the first half.
So much better than me. I don't want to get in.
Barrier and gravy printers. Ceiling. Double rainbow ice cream. Wilderness.
I'm here with Coach Simpson. Coach, 2-0, last home game. What are your thoughts?
For 1998.
You know, it's nice to see. I think that this is a team that deserves this kind of lead. It's a team that's been working hard all year. It's not lost focus. It's kept its mind to the task, and we've had a hard time getting the ball in the net. We picked up a couple of guys here that have made the difference for us. I think that if we had the ability this year to put the ball in the net as we are accustomed to, you would have found us doing this probably you know, more times than not, and I think we'd most likely be right up on top of this division right now.
Now it looks like Salazar has come in and definitely sparked your attack. What has he brought to your team, and what kind of player has he really meant for you so far, even though he's only played a couple games?
Well, Salazar is one of those you know, almost near acts of God. He is a player who's got a capability that's higher than almost all players in the A-League. We're just fortunate that he happened to fall into our hands. He just got back from El Salvador after playing a career with the Blackhawks, then with Firpo and Foz down in El Salvador, and he wants to play. And he's 34 years old, so he wasn't prime for the MLS, I guess, perhaps because of his age and maybe when he showed up. He's with us. We're lucky to have him. This guy's got all of the vision, the capability of controlling the field that any coach would love to have. He's a midfielder. He is a gold standard as a midfielder. You just really can't find a finer player.
Now looking quickly at the second half here, looks like San Diego's going to try to push up a little bit forward. Are you going to try to hold yourself defensively and just play on the counterattack?
Well, we will definitely adjust to what they're going to do now, because the last time we played them, they put a third man up front, and they put on a lot of pressure on us the second half and caught us by surprise, and they ultimately won that game after we had a lot of domination time. So I don't think they're going to catch us by surprise this time, and if we do our homework, we'll stay tight and compact, keep them from penetrating, and then look for our opportunity to counter. Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Coach. Dave, it looks like Coach Simpson's really happy with Salazar, and I think he's definitely made a difference for this team.
No question about it. Nice job by the Seals here in the first half. They lead it 2-0. We'll be back with more action here from Kezar Stadium at the half.
To make sure hiking does not turn out to be a painful experience, be certain you carry a first aid kit. Blisters can develop quickly. If you get a blister, clean it, puncture it, and cover it with tape. Also, always carry a canteen of water with you. Hiking can be a dehydrating experience.
This health moment brought to you by the doctors and hospitals of CHW, the Bay Area pioneer in sports medicine.
All next week on All Consuming will help you and your family get ready to go back to school. Help your child get off to a successful start by discovering the genius within. We'll tell you how. And if your student is heading off to college and the dorm is their first home away from home, we'll tell you what they shouldn't leave home without, a dormitory checklist. Then college credit card traps. Companies are offering sky-high interest to students. Learn what to watch out for. That's All Consuming, 6:30.
Now appearing at the Silver Cloud, you. Everyone can be a star at the Silver Cloud. The Silver Cloud has karaoke nightly beginning at 10 p.m. Come sing, dance, and enjoy our selection of over 15 unique brews. The Silver Cloud Restaurant, 1994 Lombard Street in San Francisco.
At Peter Pan BMW, we sell more BMWs than any dealership in Northern California. Over 3 acres of new and used BMWs to choose from. Our family has owned and operated Peter Pan BMW for over 30 years. And during those 30 years, the look and feel of BMW has certainly changed. But one thing hasn't changed. We're still here. And we're still #1 in excellent service and customer satisfaction.
Buy your next car from Peter Pan BMW, family owned and operated for 30 years.
I'm here with
So
Bert
Clay Hardy with 2 goals in the first half. Both of them very exciting. And that's the story right now. San Francisco with a 2-0 lead. I'm going to send it back now down to the field with Alan Hopkins.
I'm here with Bert Glass, marketing director for San Francisco-based Seals. My first question is, everyone's seen those great commercials that you guys put together on TCI. Tell us about those commercials, because really, they're really, really great.
It was put together by our ad agency, Kirschenbaum Bond and Partners West. It's a New York ad agency that's sinking roots here in San Francisco. They've taken us on as a client, and they're kind of marketing the Seals as a sports equivalent of a rock band. That's why they're unique, and they try to reflect the Barmy Army fans in the stands. You know, the kind of enthusiasm and almost a kind of cult-like quality. Our fans are very dedicated, and they want that to come across in the ad campaign.
Now, we were speaking earlier. You've doubled the attendance this year from last season.
Right.
What kind of things have you done to increase the marketing and the promotions for the first-year team in the A-League?
Mm-hmm. Well, one, the Kirschenbaum Bond and Partners West ads helped. I think the exposure from TCI Cable was tremendous, as well as the Spanish language television, Channel 30, helped. And I really think it was, more than anything else, it was positive word of mouth from soccer fans in the San Francisco, Oakland, and Peninsula communities. That's been our most powerful tool for bringing people into the stadium. And I'm hoping next year we're going to double attendance again.
Now, speaking about next year, 1999, what are you guys going to do to kind of increase the marketing and the promotions to maybe even double again your attendance next season?
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll definitely be expanding on staff. We'll be hunting for even better players. We'll be having 2 open tryouts, in fact, to broaden the pool of talent, so we put even a better product on the field. You know, this year it's our first year in the A-League. You know, last year we did so well, but it was Division III, and now we've proven that we can play even with Division II pro soccer on a modest budget compared to many of the teams that we play. I'm very optimistic about next season.
Now, what kind of challenges are posed to you as a marketing director trying to market and promote an A-League soccer team in the San Francisco city, where there's so many diverse things to do and it's such an eclectic environment? Where are the challenges?
I think the challenges are one, raising the basic awareness of the Seals. The Seals are in town. It's professional soccer. It's not amateur. It's a high level of the game. And just getting that message out is difficult in a major market like San Francisco, because it's expensive to buy advertising on a mass way like the 49ers or the Giants might. Fortunately, we've been supported this year by about 10 times as many sponsors as we've ever enjoyed, including Catholic Healthcare West. It's been our title sponsor, TCI Cable, and a number of Marrier Engraving, and a whole range of sponsors. And they've helped elevate the awareness in many ways. And I see us gathering even more sponsors for next season.
Great. Bert, I really appreciate it. Best of luck to you. Again, Bert Glass doing a great job doing the marketing. They've doubled their attendance this year. A lot of hard work. It's slowly starting to pay off, Dave.
All right, Alan, nice job. It's been a lot of fun following the Seals this year, and a lot of fun so far today. They lead it 2-0 here at the half. We'll be back with more from Kezar Stadium. Stay with us as we get set for the second half.
One of the fastest growing sports in America today is soccer. Like any sport played on an uneven surface, the chances for a sprained ankle are extremely high. If an injury occurs, the first thing to do is get ice on the injured ankle. Then remember the word RICE, as in rest, ice, compression, and elevation. This should get you back on your feet quickly.
This health moment brought to you by the doctors and hospitals of CHW, the Bay Area pioneer in sports medicine.
I'm Suzanne Shaw. There's no debate about it. Computers and technology continue to change our lives. And here in the Bay Area, we have a front row seat for the digital revolution. Keep up with what's going on in technology by watching New Media News. Every weeknight, we'll show you the latest gadgets and software. We'll take you behind the scenes of some of the high-tech industry's most fascinating companies. And we'll introduce you to people doing remarkable things with technology. That's New Media News every weeknight at 6, right here on Bay TV.
There are 7 new people on the internet every second. Every 4th person on the web is buying something right now.
This month,
over $500 million will be spent. One day, there won't be any paper money. Are you ready?
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Virtually all internet traffic travels across the systems of one company, Cisco Systems, empowering the internet generation.
Are you ready?
All right, watching a little youth soccer here on the field at halftime. They seem to be having a great time here on the field at Kezar Stadium. So far, the home team, the San Francisco Bay Seals, have had a great time on the field as well today, leading it 2-0. I'm going to send it now back down to the field to Alan Hopkins, who has yet another interview lined up here at the half.
I'm here with Craig Graber, Vice President of Marrier Printing, one of the sponsors for San Francisco Bay Seals. Now, tell me about how'd you get involved and why'd you decide to be a sponsor for the Seals this year?
Well, I'm a resident of San Francisco, and our company's been in business since 1906, and we're trying to give something back to the community in sponsoring soccer. My son's involved in Little League soccer, and on a professional level, I think it's great that the kids are out here, and it's bringing something that's community-oriented back to San Francisco.
Now, did you have an involvement with soccer, or how did it all transpire? How did the whole connection come out between Marrier Printing and the Seals?
Well, we were fans of the Seals, and last year we went to a lot of games, my son and I, and I got talking with Tom, and they were in need some printing and things like that, so we offered some services, and the rest went on.
Well, that's great. Now, I'm here with, now what's your name?
Amelia.
Amelia, and you are how old?
6.
6?
I'm Calvin, and I'm 16.
6?
I'm Daniel O'Sullivan, and I'm 8.
And you're 8. Here with some great Seals fans here, and what the Seals have done here is try to create a product that's grassroots-oriented, that's really fun for the family, and it's really great for people like Mr. Graber here, or Marrier Printer, to come out and support the Seals on the field and off the field. Dave, it's really good to see people like this involving themselves in the soccer community, and more people like this get involved. I think the Seals will have a lot more success.
That certainly is all about. Nice job, Alan. There you see Score the Seal. Another part of the fun here. Kids loving the mascot here at Kezar Stadium. So Clay Hardy with both the goals in the first half. One with 31:54 left, one with 14:07 left. Getting set now to take a look at the numbers from the first half of play. Saw San Diego with some great opportunities. However, their offense not really able to click, a little bit out of sync in the first half of play. Kevin Wade also with a very nice save in that first half for San Francisco. Well, we'll get to those stats in just a moment. We're going to step aside one more time here at the half, and we will come back with those halftime stats and the start of the second half in just a moment.
If you twist a knee, leg, or arm while sliding into third base or catching a fly ball, you can easily face serious injury. If pain and swelling occur, rest and put ice on the area. If it persists, see your doctor. Use common sense. Listen to your body.
This health moment brought to you by the doctors and hospitals of CHW, the Bay Area pioneer in sports medicine.
All next week, go where food lovers like you have never gone before, only on Bay Cafe. Join host Joey Altman behind the scenes at the exclusive event for people behind the scenes at your favorite restaurants. The newest professional kitchen secrets, the latest culinary technology, plus the next hot taste trends. Bay Cafe on location at the California Restaurant Association's Expo 98. All next week at 5:30 on Bay TV, your TV. Cable Channel 35.
The new millennium is almost here. Everything is changing, including the way we buy our cars. Oh, like finding a newer used car on the internet? There you'll find hundreds of auto dealerships. Selection, warranties, rebates, certified mechanics, you know, peace of mind. Yeah, now you can actually shop for a car with nothing on but a laptop. AutomallUSA.com.
At Peter Pan BMW, we sell more BMWs than any dealership in Northern California. Over 3 acres of new and used BMWs to choose from. Our family has owned and operated Peter Pan BMW for over 30 years. And during those 30 years, the look and feel of BMW has certainly changed. But one thing hasn't changed. We're still here. And we're still #1 in excellent service and customer satisfaction.
Buy your next car from Peter Pan BMW, family owned and operated for 30 years.
Welcome back, Dave Cox, and with Alan Hopkins back up in the booth now after going down on the field. A little bit of a workout going up and down those steps.
Yeah, I need it anyways, so it doesn't really matter.
All right, well, we're going to get ready to take a look at the first goal. A great one, Clay Hardy off the assist from Brian Sabipole.
Well, late little 1-2 right there, and actually Hardy started it right there with the ball to Ratsburg. Ratsburg gets it across. You see Hardy kind of floating. Sabipole tracks it down right here. Conrad does a good job defending, but he buys a little bit too much space. And there's Hardy. He beats his man to the spot right there, and great finish, beating Cannon.
So that's how the scoring started. That with 31:54 left in the first half. And now we're going to take a look at those halftime numbers. See, the Flash have actually taken more goals, but the Seals with the 4 saves by Rueda, everything else fairly even here in that first half, except for the big stat, which is goals, and that's a 2-0 lead for the San Francisco Bay Seals.
Well, the Flash had a lot of great chances early on. Rueda kept them in the game, 3 big saves, keeping them off the board, allowed the Seals to stay in the game early. They went down, they got 2 great goals, and there it is right there. The second goal being a gift, and Hardy should definitely thank Cannon for misplaying that ball, but he did a great job there as the angle was really tight, finishing it, and second goal of the game. That's a great performance for him today.
And Clay Hardy certainly wasn't done after that first one. We're going to take a look at his second one. This came with 14:07 left to play in the first half.
Right there, a quick little restart right there from Davini, and then Salazar starting it once again. Plays the ball over the top. Looked like Hardy kind of deked him on the move. Cannon misplayed it. No angle there. Very tough finish, and he slotted it. And Cannon can do nothing but kick the ball to the back of the net. It was 2-0 for the Seals at that point.
The teams are out of the locker room now and getting ready for the second half of play here at Kezar Stadium. And you could bet we're going to see a very fired-up San Diego Flash team. We've talked about it quite a bit tonight, that they need 1 win to clinch the Pacific Division Championship here for 1998. And they would love to get it right here, but they are going to have to come from behind in order to get that big win. It's interesting in talking with Tom Simpson, your interview, very nice job as we see Robles get an early opportunity and miss-hit it. He really feels like this season could have gone in a completely different direction if things had been a little bit different and maybe a couple of these players had been around a little bit earlier in the year.
Well, you know, we talked about in an earlier broadcast that they lacked a true central midfielder, a guy that can step on the ball, spray the ball around, because the Seals' pace is better than most of the teams that they play against. They have a lot of speed, a lot of athleticism, but if there's no way you're able to spring that, there's no chance of you're gonna be able to use it. And Salazar has brought that element, and he's made everyone around him better.
It'll be interesting to see if he can stick around for next year. Out they go on the far side. Things getting a little fairly rough here to start this second half of play.
That was a crunching tackle right there.
Into the sponsor sign.
Monroe kind of had his back shielded toward the touchline right there with the ball, and Kimtai just came like a freight train and forced the throw in for the Flash.
Flash on the early attack here. A nice steal, but the whistle going against Kimtai Simpson. He looks surprised as he turns back around. Jimmy Conrad A fairly quiet first half for San Diego with the ball now, and it's kicked out on this near side. Conrad with the quick throw in. Goes to Antonio Robles. Held scoreless in that first half. Great defensive job on him. He is the man you need to mark. Leg sending it out. It's going to stay with San Diego. Hetherington will take the throw in now.
Hetherington, a UCSD product. Another great small college player that that's come up through the ranks, is now earning a living in the A-League. We saw 2 last week in Craig Dimon and Lynn Steenkamp, 2 NAIA players. So again, there's a lot of good small college players. Not everyone that plays soccer can go to UCLA and Virginia and those kind of schools, and it's really good to see that soccer at the small college level is producing players that can play and compete in the A-League.
Throwing coming up now for Ken Rogaski. San Francisco on top 2-0 here in the second half. Hardy with the header. Shawnee Simpson getting it to Salazar in the middle. Across it goes, but Chyson Cram is there. You got to wonder what was said by Costa Scoras in that locker room at halftime. He's not used to losing this year. 10-1 since taking over as the head coach here for San Diego.
Well, really, you just kind of got to think that he challenged his team to come out here, not only to get the 2 goals, but also to show what kind of mental capabilities and fortitude they have to be a real contender in the A-League playoffs this year. Are they a team that's going to come in and dominate, or are they a team that's going to struggle when they get a little bit of adversity set against them?
Both teams sticking with their starters to start the second half. Lake sending it inside, but it's taken away by Davini. Davini had a good first half defensively for San Francisco. And it'll be interesting to see how Tom Simpson's team plays it here in the second half. If they lay back a little bit more than they did in that first half, or continue to attack. Still a long way to go, and San Diego, an explosive team, they can turn around this 2-0 lead in a hurry.
Well, the Seals don't need any more goals to win this game. They really have to concentrate. They have to play good, sound defense. They have to mark. That's been a problem all year, is players losing their marks. They have to make sure that everyone's accounted for, cut out all the dangerous chances, and Rueda's having a great game, so look for him to continue to have a strong effort. And if they do that, the Seals will come away with the result that they want to finish out their home schedule.
5 minutes into this second half, Ratsburg has it taken away. So a real nice matchup in the first half between Ratsburg and Escalero of San Diego. Watson inside. Watson open for a moment. Sends it back. This one is drilled into the back of the net. It's Leg from outside. Great shot by Leg as he drills it past Rueda. And just like that, it's 2-1.
That was a great finish. And I was watching him beforehand. Leg's doing all the work right here in the midfield, and he gets it back again. Ball gets played into Watson. He keeps going. Watson unselfishly. That is a great finish right there. He was so composed coming up to it. Inside of the right foot, put it in the far post in the upper corner. Now we're in for a barn burner. 2-1, Seals advantage. And Watson was unmarked when he received that ball, and no one tracked back with Leg in the midfield. And there it was, 2-1. That was a great finish right there by Kevin Leg.
So give Jerome Watson the assist, his 4th of the year. For Leg, that is his 4th goal of the year. San Diego on the board. Well, that changes things completely now for both of these teams in this second half. Hetherington making his move.
Nice work
Getting
right
it to
there.
Robles. Pass taken away, but taken back now by Chyson Cram, but he sends it out on the far side of the field. Had an opportunity right there with Robles next to him, but he hit it a little bit too hard that time. San Francisco back on the attack now. Now they may need another goal to win this game. Long shot from the outside. Rueda right there. Chyson Cram trying one from just outside the box. Salazar in the middle. Hardy falls.
Rueda's actually down a little bit. He might have hurt himself on that throw. He might have hurt his back and his side a little bit. He's holding it right now. So he went down for a moment.
Does look like he might be a little bit shaken up. He's signaling to Tom Simpson. We may need a substitution right here for Tom Simpson. He's trying to get.
Now Sevapole's down right here by the flag right here.
They finally do get the officials' attention, and they will send someone out to take a look at Kevin Rueda.
Well, this is great. This is the time you want two trainers right here. As you get two injuries, you got one on the goalkeeper, you have one on your forward. So they're both busy at work tending to these players. Just take a look at Sevapole getting some treatment right here. Conrad came over with a clean and very hard tackle right there near the touchline. Very similar to the one that Kemtai Simpson and Jamie Monroe were involved in just on the other side of the field. And I'm not quite sure what was up with Rueda on his long distribution throw. He kind of came up clutching his side. He went down for a sec. And I don't know if it's a trunk injury, but Bill May is definitely up and getting warm.
Boy, this would be a tough break. Not only to lose one player, but perhaps two. With a 2-1 lead, 37 minutes and 52 seconds left to play in this contest. Not really sure what happened to Brian Sabipole. He went down right in front of the San Diego bench.
There's Rueda right there. It's kind of trying to rotating his trunk a little bit. He's grabbing his side. Might be a lower back muscle that might have spasmed up on him as he was tossing out that ball right there to off the save. And you know what's real interesting is that both these teams are comprised of local talent. You look at the Flash, a lot of San Diego area players. You look at the Seals, tons of Bay Area players. And that's great that both of these teams were able to, in a sense, recruit and get these players and keep them at home. So that's good, because that's the kind of stuff that you need to do to get these players involved and get the marketing and all the fans involved with the local talent.
It looks like Sabipole is going to stay in the game. However, Kevin Rueda will not, as Bill May gets set to check in. Bill May, who played so well early in the season out of the University of Washington. Bill May, see if he can hold it down here with a 2-1 game. San Francisco up by just one, and he's got 37 minutes and 52 seconds to hold on to that lead.
It seems like eons ago, but Bill May was on the team of the week early on in the A-League season as he got the Seals off to a quick 2-0 start, and they struggled after that, and then Rueda was available, and since then he's been relegated to second-choice goalkeeping, but hopefully he'll come up in here, and he's hopefully kept himself prepared and ready to go and focus. He can step in here and finish this result that the Seals are working on right now.
Ratsburg with an attempt from the outside, just taken in by Joe Cannon. Needed about another foot or two of height on that one, or we might be looking at a 3-1 game. Kemtai Simpson trying to get this one from Robles. Robles working his way in the box. Robles with the left foot, bringing it back into the middle now. Right there is Chris Davini taking it away from Tyson-Cram. Tyson-Cram gets it back. Robles feeding him. Robles getting it back into the middle. It's leg to Hetherington. Hetherington wide open. Centering it up and over. That one closer than it looked off the foot. End up skipping off the top of the cross.
Boy, he had plenty of time to take a touch, to look up, line himself up, and strike it. Flash do a good job here. Leg, the goal scorer, gets it, switches the field, plays it out wide to Harrington. Like he's got all day. Takes a shot and just over the top, but Bill May was beat, and not a bad idea to try to test the goalkeeper early.
So the Flash putting on a rally here in the second half after trailing 2-0 going into the locker room. We are now at 2-1. Watson, a little bump from behind by Utman. Ratsburg gets back now and sends it to May. One of the things working against San Francisco in the second half, the wind will be heading toward their goal. So that gives the San Diego keeper Joe Cannon a big advantage on goal kicks.
Well, what you look at right now, it seems the Flash have come out in the second half with all the energy. The Seals were the ones, they looked like they were a little bit content, a little bit flat-footed, and it looks like they were the ones who came out and they really wanted the result more than the Seals did so far in the early going.
Well, San Diego is a team that is very capable of coming back. They've come from behind in 3 consecutive matches when they did fall behind, 4 of the last 5 times. And they have come from behind by 2 goals. That was the last time they did that against El Paso back in late July, and they ended up winning that game 4-2. So this is a team that is very comfortable with this position that they're in. They know what they have to do, and they're capable of doing it.
Well, that's probably obvious. They came in the second half. They didn't look like they were rattled too much. Looked like they kind of had the attitude of we've been here before, and that's a good sign of a well-coached team to know they can weather the storm, and that it's a 90-minute game.
Keith Ratzberg taking it away. San Diego has it once again now. Jamie Monroe out of the University of San Diego, one of those local products you were talking about, Alan.
Jimmy Conrad on the ball there, went to San Diego State for 2 years before transferring to UCLA. Actually was fortunate enough to coach him when he was at San Diego State, so another semi-local product right there.
Back and forth it goes a little bit with 34 minutes and 40 seconds left now in the second half. Hetherington for San Diego, taken away by Shawnee Simpson. Sabipale leaving it for Salazar. Salazar bringing it up the middle, trying to dump it inside to Hardy, but the pass went a little too long. Cannon with an easy save. And San Diego will go back on the attack now. 2-1, San Francisco in the lead. San Diego trying to change that, looking for a win that will clinch the Pacific Division Championship for the San Diego Flash in just their first year of existence. Bill May coming out, grabbing it just ahead of Cheisenkran. Sabipale getting it over to Hardy. Hardy leaving it back for Ratzberg now. Back into the middle it goes for Hardy, taken away by Jimmy Conrad. Shawnee Simpson wins this ball, gets it back to Joel Hurd. Seal sending it back across the field. That is really what their offense is all about, that change of direction, trying to keep the flow going back and forth. Inside it goes, a nice little bump back to Joe Cannon.
Salazar hasn't gotten too many touches so far in the first 10 minutes of the second half, and really I think that's a big reason why it's been tough for the Seals to string together some passes to continue and maintain that possession.
And that's one of the things that may be a problem for opponents here late in the season, is you're not really sure who you're going to be going up against, and Salazar may be a player that caught San Diego by surprise.
Yeah, exactly, and I think they didn't account for him, and maybe in the second half they made some changes in the formation, or at least tactically, just to make sure that they account for him, that they make sure that he doesn't undo them himself. So
it was a nice run by Sabipale that time. Finally, San Diego was able to get it back away from him. However, long pass ahead and an offside call. Jerome Watson a little bit ahead of the pass that time.
Let's go, Nate. Keep pushing, buddy. Keep pushing.
Looks like we have a substitution into the game for Christian Escalero. We have Daniel Sinui for San Diego. A little surprised that Escalero checked out. He was very active in that first half and battling against Keith Ratzberg. Sinui trying to give a spark to his team. However, we'll see if he can do that with 31 minutes and 50 seconds now left in the second half of play.
Well, he might have been spent a little bit at chasing around Ratzberg. Definitely is a task, and he's worn out many of his opponents so far this year.
Foul call that goes against San Diego. Still 2-1. Nadumbe coming over the back of Sabipale that time. He gets away with it. And here comes the Flash.
Sinui's a player who's only played, and this is his 4th match played this year, so he's not a player with a whole lot of experience this year, but very good junior college player, played at San Diego City College, another local product, and very tactically, maybe he needs a little bit, he came in to provide a little bit more of an offensive punch.
Great job by Watts controlling it inside. Robles couldn't get off the shot, and the Seals will dodge a bullet. Hardy with the quick throw-in. San Diego caught napping right here. I think they thought the ball was going to go the other way. Salazar
played Davini wide. If he gets to him there, it is. Nice ball. He's got Hardy on the back post. He saw him.
Hardy there looking for his third goal, but Cannon comes out and grabs it.
Very well done right there. Actually, both times the right player found the open player. Salazar found Davini wide on the switch. And then Davini then found Clay Hardy all alone on the back post. Just quality of the cross wasn't there, and Cannon was there to gobble it up real quickly.
Chisholm with the shot. It's high. Over May, over the cross. Ratsburg was there on defense. The score remains 2-1.
Chisholm right there. Nifty little work right there, and put the ball between Ratsburg's legs. Nutmegged him right there. Had a good chance. Put it over the top there, and Bill May already dodging a couple bullets. Welcome to the game, Bill May, as I'm sure he got real comfortable on the bench till Rueda came up injured.
Kim Tai Simpson looking for Salazar. Salazar still trying to get it, can't do so. Dumped in by Sinui. Watson in front. Watson across and in, past May, and we're tied at 2-2. Jerome Watson has had several opportunities. This time, he drills it into the back of the net to tie us up.
Well, you know, here it is right here. Salazar trying to play, loses possession. Kevin Legg working real hard in the midfield. They win it, they get it wide. Nice ball to Watson. They came up here. Utman did a good job, but he just lost it right there. All alone right there. Rogalski was tracking back with his man, kind of ran a little screen right there, and Watson was able to push it into the far post. And we're all tied up at 2, and boy, this game has turned around. The momentum has swung all the way down the coast of San Diego.
Well, no doubt about that. San Diego, a team on a mission, looking to wrap up the championship here in 1998 for this Pacific Division.
I'm impressed with the San Diego team. They've come out here in the second half. They knew what they had to do. They knew it was an uphill battle. They took the challenge, didn't shy down. They battled back, and it's 2-2.
And that ability to come from behind, so important in this game. See a lot of times teams getting down by more than a goal and really getting frustrated, not able to make things work. And what confidence this has to give San Diego to be able to do this in any type of situation.
Well, you don't put any pressure on yourself. The Seals, their defense has let them down all year long, and you're defending with so much pressure on yourself. Oh, great ball by Legg.
Here comes Chisholm. Chisholm with the left foot slides it inside the near post, and we remain tied at 2-2, but look out, the Flash are looking to change that.
Legg with incredible vision there to play that ball. That was actually like the third runner coming through right there. Great vision in the midfield. But really, like I was saying earlier, you know, San Diego didn't ever really seem worried about the outcome of this game. They seemed really composed. They didn't seem uptight, or they didn't really at each other's throats. The second goal, you saw them unravel a little bit, but they pulled it together. The Seals' attack is virtually non-existent at this point, and they've taken their chances right here and mercifully and just really taking it to them. And, you know, same song, different verse for the Seals.
Inside it goes. The defense is there this time, however, as Ken Rogalski sends it out with the left foot. San Diego 2, San Francisco 2. 26 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the second half of play. Well, this really swings the momentum and the advantage over to San Diego at this point in time. Savipoli inside, and they're a team that is 15-0 when they score 2 or more goals.
That's a phenomenal stat right there. 15-0. They've got their 2 goals here, so.
Shot right there from the outside, stopped by Cannon. And apparently Escalero checked out with a bit of a knee strain, so that's what's caused him to have to exit as we get a whole lot of fog starting to drift in right now.
Summer in San Francisco, you gotta love it. The fog, the cold.
Kind of ominous as the fog settles in here at Kezar. 25 minutes to go. Far side, the cross. Simpson is there, and he sends it back out. Robles had an opportunity, had a teammate coming down, but he sent it a little bit too long, and that gave Shawnee Simpson a chance to send it out. But a corner kick coming up for San Diego right here as they look to change it. You can see that fog at the top of your screen right there, drifting across. Cheisenkram will take the corner kick right here for the Flash. All the way across to Hetherington, guarded by Sabipale. Hetherington centering it up nicely, and back out it goes. It's going to be another corner kick, as Ken Rogowski really couldn't do much with that besides just heading it back out across the line. So Cheisenkram will take it back into the corner for San Diego as they look to try and take the lead for the first time here today. They trailed 2-0 at the half. We're now tied 2-2. Right into Ndumbe, but he can't get much on that and sends it back across. Very tough ball to try to head toward the goal. And now Bill May will kick it away right into that wind.
Dumlau is starting to get ready. I think he'll check in here in a brief moment or two here, as he might be going in defensive midfield spot, the spot he occupied for most of the season until this recent acquisition of new players. Had a fantastic season. I think it's some of the best soccer that he's played. Scored a great goal against the 86ers, a laser, as he puts it, into the left corner there, and that was a big victory. And at that time, I thought that was going to propel them into making their playoff run, but it never materialized that way.
Offside call. This goes against San Diego. Robles out in front all alone. So a 2-2 match here. One of the last games of the season. The Seals have just one more game after this. San Diego has been in a real dogfight in the Western Division, but they have the advantage right now over Seattle. Those two teams have played real neck-and-neck soccer throughout this '98 campaign. It's Hetherington now. Jimmy Conrad back over to Hetherington. Up top to Robles now. Kimtai Simpson with a nice steal, trying to clear it out, looking for Salazar. Cheisenkram is there instead. Conrad getting it back to Cheisenkram. Cheisenkram high and wide. And we're still at 2-2. Some other teams to look for in the playoffs. Central Division of the Western Conference, Minnesota 19-8, Nashville 18-8. Of course, Richmond at 19-7 in the Atlantic Division, and Rochester, the top team, 21-3. What an amazing season for them. They have 10 more points than the next closest team in the A-League this year.
Well, a fantastic run. You know, in talking to Chris Economides, the VP and general manager of the Rhinos, they feel like if they don't win the championship, it's a lost season. So definitely they're a team with lots of goals who definitely feel like that they're able and they have the caliber to bring home an A-League championship.
Bill May sending that one out on the near side. A throw-in coming up here for the San Diego Flash. We're tied at 2-2.
Of the 16 teams that qualify for the A-League playoffs, 14 have qualified, and it's probable the last two teams to qualify will be the Charleston Battery out of the Atlantic Division, who've had a fairly successful year.
Sinui to Hetherington. Hetherington blocked from behind by Utman. Nice job by Utman to come back and give Bill May a little bit of support. And a corner kick coming up now. It'll be Leg that takes this one.
And from the Western Conference, New Orleans looks like they're going to capture that last and final playoff spot, but both teams are definitely in it to the end.
Leg. May comes out, punches it away. It's still in the box, however. It falls at the feet of Cheisenkram. Back in it goes. With the left foot a little bit high. Cheisenkram with another opportunity. We're still at 2-2. 21-10 to go in the second half.
I'm looking at Coach Simpson right now with his hands on top of his head, and, you know, 2-0 at halftime. He was a lot more confident. He felt really, really good about what they had done, but again, his defense seems to have let him down, and just the chemistry isn't quite there yet with such an infusion of new players. And really, it's just got to be really disheartening. It's just been a long, long season for Coach Simpson and the Seals.
Particularly a coach and a team that has really prided themselves on defense throughout their existence. Salazar trying to come down with this one. San Diego's done a much better job on Jorge in this second half. Davini on a run down the right side, taken away by the Flash. 2 quick goals in this second half by San Diego. Watson is out in front, and now we do get the whistle.
Well, the thing that I noticed is Salazar was really deep getting the ball off the backs in the first half. Now he's pushed up more. He's kind of waiting for the ball to get to him. He's not really going to get it as he gets a touch right there as he was in the first half, where he's coming back, receiving it, and able to spray because he's got really good, accurate long balls. But it's real tough to do when you're waiting up front trying to poach a little bit.
Just under 20 minutes to go now in this second half. Ball still up in the air. Sviple trying to come down with it. Nice volley, however, by Conrad. The way it goes, and we'll get a call right here, and we'll get a card right here. Watson going down. Simpson ends up with the card. Shawnee Simpson.
Good sportsmanship right there. He didn't mean any harm in that. Helped Watson up.
Hetherington trying to get it inside. Back it goes now to Jamie Monroe. Ratsburg right there with the him. Both players going down. No whistle. Salazar now trying to find some open field, but nope, the Flash are right there all over him. Credit players like Legg and Allegre for really doing a nice job in the middle of the field for San Diego in the second half.
Well, as soon as he touched it, there was 2 guys on him to take the ball from. Oh, breakdown here.
Look out right here. May trying to grab it. It's still out in front. And we have a yellow card coming down and making contact with May. San Diego disagreeing with the call with Sinui. It ends up with the yellow.
That was another bad breakdown right there. We're going to see Dumlau checking in here. They're trying to sort it out.
So Sinui picks up the yellow. Seeing the officials really calling it tight here today, not hesitating to pull out the cards. We take a look at Tom Simpson on the bench, and now Bill May in goal for San Francisco.
Rogowski's gonna come out, I believe, for Dumlau. He's a little slow to get over. I think he might have taken a knock. Dumlau come in with 17:42.
Rodney Dumlau wearing number 2.
Like I said earlier, a teammate of Joe Cannon. Those two anchored a very successful Santa Clara defense. They never scored many goals, but their philosophy was neither will you, and that helped them earn a couple West Coast Conference championships and a couple of successful NCAA playoff runs.
Salazar trying to get it put back in play quickly, and you can bet that's something that Costa Scoras talked about watching for in the second half, not allowing the Seals to grab some momentum by putting the ball back in play quickly. Here comes Sinui now.
Protect our player, Ralph.
From behind, it's Joel Hurd who gets it into the middle. Dumlau with his first touch of the afternoon. Under 17 minutes left to go. A 2-2 tie here at Kezar. Hetherington looking for help downfield. Finds Sinui. Shawnee Simpson tries to take it away from him, but it ends up in the middle to Allegre.
Shawnee Simpson's been involved in 3 straight tackles. He's really trying to fly around, trying to do what he can individually to pick up the work for some of his teammates. I like the effort from him as he's come out and definitely trying to lay the wood to a couple Flash players.
Salazar sends it just past Simpson this time, and it's Watson who ends up with the ball just outside the box. To Hetherington, it goes up top. Hetherington with the left foot, but Bill May is right there.
How long are the Seals going to be content just to defend? They don't really seem too interested in possessing the ball as they give it away again.
Hetherington bringing it right back down, finds Robles, the leading scorer for San Diego. Jeremy Udman's done a nice job on him today. Salazar in the middle. Here comes San Francisco now. Sabipale working into the middle with Clay Hardy. Hardy trying to get there to chase, but it's kicked out by Jamie Monroe. Finally, a little bit of a momentum swing in San Francisco's favor. Salazar getting it back in quickly to Hardy. Kicked out by Conrad.
The assistant referee on the far side there, I believe, had the flag up.
Yeah, they finally do see that. So the San Diego players were trying to get
the attention.
Officials' attention. Finally, they do. The offside call against San Francisco, and the other way it will go. Just when we thought San Francisco was finally getting some momentum and a chance for an offensive attack. 15 minutes left to go in the second half. 2-2. Hetherington near side. Shawnee Simpson coming up to guard him. Works it inside now. Allegre finding Watson. Watson leaving it back for Legg. Legg again, but this time it's just wide. Legg, who scored the first goal for San Diego, almost comes up with another one.
Well, you can see that one coming from up here. As they played the ball in, they were very patient. They waited for the holes. Here comes Hetherington right there. Robles has been a little frustrated today. Watson lays it back deep. Same combination that connected on the first goal, but this time the worm burner goes just wide of the far post.
Keith Ratzberg trying to make a move up the far side. He's pushed out, but no, it is not going to be a push out. It's going to be the ball to San Diego as Chyson-Cram was guarding him right there, and Chyson-Cram seems to be shaken up. Might have taken one on the shin. So completely different second half from what we saw in the first half. San Francisco dominating, leading 2-0. San Diego coming out in the second half, firing 2 goals. One past Rueda, one past May to tie it at 2-2.
And really all the possession this half has been down in the Seals' defensive third, and they've had a hard time possessing and finding the transitional midfielders, get the balls from the backs to the forwards up top or to other midfielders, and they're really struggling right now. And with 13 minutes or so, a little over 13 minutes left, really the Flash have it all, the possession, all the momentum right now.
Hetherington now on the near side, working on Joel Hurd, gets it past and inside, but San Francisco's there defensively. Shawnee Simpson now getting it to Salazar. He's the go-to man in the middle of the field for San Francisco. But so far in the second half, San Diego has done a nice job finding him and keeping him out of his rhythm. Nadumbe comes up, gets it away from Hurd. Hetherington now for San Diego as we go under 13 minutes. Left to play. A whistle that goes against San Francisco. Jimmy Conrad will hit it now for the Flash. Looking for Watson. Watson with the header, but Bill May right there. Watson didn't get much on that one. Clay Hardy comes down with this one. Now it's Sabipale. Legg trying to get it away. Sanui right there with Hurd. San Diego maintains control. Robles was out in front, but Utman got in front of that pass. Sanui now across to Monroe. Monroe back to Sanui as we approach the 10-minute mark left in this contest. Utman with Watson. It's Hetherington now. Hetherington into the middle. Taken away by Dumlau. Sabipale now out in front with Legg. Hardy. Clay Hardy, who has scored 2 goals so far today. Simpson to Ratzberg. Ratzberg in the box with the left foot. Stopped by Cannon with a dive. Cannon almost lost it, but manages to hang on.
That was the first significant buildup that the Seals have had in almost this half, I believe, and good opportunity there as Ratzberg hit a nice low-driven shot.
Marco Bonacorse is getting set to check in for Tom Simpson in San Francisco. Trying to give them a late offensive spark. Trying to pull off the victory right here. Try to spoil San Diego's party as they try and clinch the division championship. You don't want that to happen on your pitch. Salazar trying to get it inside. San Diego's right there.
Push up.
Hetherington trying to get there ahead of Ootman, and does, but Ootman gets it away. Hetherington working inside now. Could have been a penalty kick call, but no whistle.
Good non-call right there. You really don't want to decide a game. It wasn't that harmful of a foul as Bonacorse set to check in here for Hardy. Interesting, taking out the goal scorer. I always have a philosophy about that. You always might want to leave the goal scorer in, because when you're feeling it, you're feeling it, and scoring 2 goals in a soccer game qualifies as feeling it. So, but Bonacorse, he scored one of the nicest goals this year in an exhibition game against Necaxa. When Necaxa was up here in the Bay Area playing a couple preseason friendlies before the start of the Mexican League winter season, and did a great job and great goal. Then he went and scored a game winner in Vancouver the very next game. So
Allegre on a run, far side, into the box. Allegre on his back, still trying to keep it alive. Dumlau was there to take it away, and now a little bit of a mix-up. San Francisco clearing it out. Good defense right there by the Seals. Far side it goes.
Nice ball.
Sabipule has Bonacorse in the middle. Tries the shot himself, but Cannon is right there. Credit Chris Davini with some nice defense. Down at the other end that time to keep San Diego from taking the lead. Salazar in the middle, finally with a little bit of room to work. Gets
great touch.
Sabipule with the left foot.
Oh, what a save.
Cannon just got his left hand on the ball and sends it out. A corner kick coming up for the Seals. Holy smokes, Cannon reaching up with his left hand, just barely got enough on that to send it wide.
Quick restart here.
Salazar inside, Sabipule colliding with Cannon. Little spurt here for San Francisco. Leg with the steal. Hetherington now on the near side, trying to get into the middle. Ootman is there. Jeremy Ootman trying to keep it alive. One of the new players we've talked about for the San Francisco team. Bonacorse with fresh legs gets it to Salazar. Salazar across to Ratsburg. Under 8 minutes left in the match. In regulation.
Salazar getting a lot more touches on the ball now.
Inside, but an offside. A little too good to be true as Kim Tai Simpson in the box all alone that time.
You know, looking ahead a little bit, the Flash have played only 2 overtime games this year. They lost an early overtime, or I'm sorry, they won against Vancouver back on May the 6th, seemed like days and days ago. 3-2 of Vancouver, and then they lost a shootout to the U.S. Pro 40. So they're not too experienced. They usually take care of their business in the 90 minutes.
Sabipule with the left foot just wide. Another nice run for San Francisco as all of a sudden they found a way to make the most of their offensive opportunities, and they've had a couple of nice runs here in the last few minutes. It looked like their offense was all but dead for much of this second half.
Well, it's no coincidence. Salazar's gotten a lot more touches. He's a threat every time he has the ball at his feet, and he's doing a good job of spraying the ball a little bit. And really, they've really taken a little bit of the wind out of the Flash sails. They just don't want to give up anything late as we're approaching the 6-minute mark left in regulation.
A grab from behind by Robles on Hurd. The whistle going against Robles. Now a push by Kim Tai Simpson as the strategy right there, trying to keep Kim Tai from putting the ball in play quickly. 6 minutes to go. Sabipule out in
nice
front.
Ball.
Leaves it for Hurd. Hurd past Nakumbe. It's Sabipule leaving it back to Bonacorse. Bonacorse's shot goes just wide. He had Shawnee Simpson on the left side, didn't see him. Had an opportunity to score.
Left foot, left foot. If he'd used his left foot there, it's not just for standing on, he would have had a better angle. It was a tough chance. Here it is, Sabipule here. Lays it off for him. Marco tries to bend it to the outside of his right foot. Would have been an incredible goal. But the percentages of hitting it outside of your right foot, the angle would have been better with his left foot, but great chance right there by Sabipule as he was running with a lot of pace with the ball, and he had the flash defenders on their heels.
Just a little over 5 minutes left to go now. A 2-2 tie contest here at Kezar Stadium. This one out on the near side. It'll be San Francisco's ball. A little emotion starting to show here from San Diego.
Well, both teams are the last 5 minutes here are going to have at least one more great scoring chance. And whoever finishes is probably going to be the one who leaves here with the 3 points.
Rodney Dumlau with a steal. Dumlau trying to keep it alive but can't do it as Jamie Monroe takes it back away for San Diego. 4:35 left to play. Joel Hurd with a nice spin in traffic. Gets it to Brian Sabipule. Ratsburg now back to Sabipule. Ndumbe there.
Ndumbe just a sound, solid defender, much like Craig Dimon that we saw last week for the Rhinos. Just a guy very composed. You don't call his name too much because he does his job holding the defense together back there.
A grab from behind. Finally, they call it. Salazar was trying to break away from Monroe. Monroe had him, and Monroe's going to pick up a yellow card right here for grabbing that jersey.
Actually, I believe that was Robles.
It is Robles that picks up the yellow card. 3 minutes and 45 seconds to play in regulation. A big opportunity right here for San Francisco. Sabipule just inside the box. Tries to spin and shoot, can't do it. Dumlau picks up the loose ball now. Kim Tai Simpson trying to dump it back inside. Salazar. San Diego desperately trying to clear it out. Kim Tai Simpson leaving it back for Jeremy Utman. Over to Chris Davini now. 3 minutes left. Sabipule injured again. He's been down for a minute or so. Still hasn't been able to get up to his feet. Joe Cannon, the keeper for the San Diego Flash, coming out and having a word with him. Now they're going to get the trainers out to have a look at Sabipule. We saw him go down a little bit earlier, perhaps re-injuring that same knee area.
Well, he showed little ill effects as he's just been terrorizing the Flash defenders the last 5 minutes or so, running with the ball, doing a lot of good stuff off the ball, creating space for his teammates. So hopefully he can continue here, as they're definitely going to need him as this game approaches overtime.
Sabipule is up. Looks like he's going to limp off the field. If you or someone you know suffers from prostate cancer, talking to others with the same condition can help. Sequoia Hospital in Redwood City offers a free ongoing prostate information forum on the first Tuesday of every month at 2 p.m. For information, call 650-482-6065.
Well, much to the Seals' credit.
And remember, Seals fan, TCI, San Francisco Marin, 31, and Bay TV are your official San Francisco Bay Seals stations.
Much to the Seals' credit, after the Flash's second goal with about 22 minutes left to play, they definitely could have mailed it in. But what they did was they held together strong and definitely put themselves back in a position to win this game.
Ratsburg trying to come up with the ball right here. Manages to get away, but a nice recovery by Ndumbe. Ratsburg diving, pouncing on the ball that time. Almost came away with it in front. Salazar trying to break free just inside the box. Can't do it. Allegre takes it away from him. 2 minutes to go now. Davini stepping in front now. Kevin Legg looking for Conrad. Conrad looking for Scheisenkram. Simpson takes it away. There's Marco Buonacorse now. If you don't have health insurance and need urgent medical care, come to the free Rotacare Clinic at Seton Medical Center, 1900 Sullivan Avenue, Daly City. Mondays except holidays, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Immunizations given on the 4th Monday of each month. No appointment necessary. Call 650-991-6677. An offside call right here against San Diego. We have just a little over a minute to go here in regulation. And we are going to get a substitution now as Josh Kalkstein checks in.
I guess Sebapole is unable to continue with the injury. It's a big loss, actually, for the Seals attack, as he's been dangerous most of the game, and he's the one who put the ball on Clay Hardy's head for the first goal. So hopefully Kalkstein can come up here and play up top and do some running, keep possession.
Shawnee Simpson keeping it in with 35 seconds to go. Kalkstein getting back up, tangling with
handball.
Sinui.
Missed it. He put his hand on the ball to keep himself from going down.
And offside against San Diego. Watson and Robles trying to break out in front. Dumlau now in the center circle, getting it over to Kim Tai Simpson. 10 seconds left in regulation. Ootman heading it out near side. It's Shawnee Simpson, as it looks like we are going to be heading to overtime here today. There's the whistle. 2-2 at the end of regulation. We'll be back with more from Kezar Stadium as we have overtime here today.
Would you believe the world's largest Scottish festival is held right here in the Bay Area? The Caledonian Club of San Francisco presents the Scottish